I can't say enough about our team just having the heart to do what they did in the second half. We were struggling the first half. We talked about some things at halftime about play to the level that we can. In other words, Florida State's such a good defensive team, it's really hard to score. But we thought we could have run our offense a little better the second half, and I thought we did. And then we showed the toughness to make the free throws down the stretch, and we finally got a couple stops there at the end, which we had to do. And Florida State, this is really a good win for us because Florida is one of the best teams in the league, and they'll prove it as the rest of the season goes on. But I was proud of Graves for keeping his composure, and just the toughness of Landon Milburn. Had a great offensive rebound there when we needed it, and our seniors are the key to our team this year, and I thought tonight they did a great job. And Dino Gregory, who hasn't been doing a lot of things for us, was big. He took the charge, plus he made a couple really good defensive plays down there and made 2 big free throws himself. So it was a team effort. It wasn't one guy that won that game, and I'm proud of our guys, especially after our last game against Clemson.
What were some of the offensive adjustments you guys did make in the second half?
We have plays, and we run a lot of timing plays, which maybe a lot of teams don't do now, and maybe we have to work a little harder at running our offense, and we were willing to do that the second half, and hopefully that really helps us for the rest of the way, because when you get the win, you can point to that we did pick it up in terms of our execution in the second half, and we got the win out of it by doing it that way.
Gary, 2 straight games at Jordan has come up really big for you on the road. What do you see in his development that's allowed him to really kind of take this step here in the last week or so?
He's willing to learn. It's no fun, I'm sure, when you come to college and you've never been told you do anything wrong, as a basketball player. And I don't know any other way to teach than to point out mistakes. And Jordan, if you tell him something, he'll try to do it. He'll try to make the adjustment, and that's why he's getting better this year, his freshman year. A lot of freshmen, they play their freshman year, and then you bring them in the office after the season's over, everything's calmed down, and say, okay, you got to work on this, that type of thing. He's learning as he goes, and I'm proud of him for doing that, because that's not easy, playing at this level. There's a lot of good, big people out there on the floor tonight.
I know you're asked about this every time you went on the road in this league, but can you expound again just on how tough it is to get these road wins in the ACC at this part of the season?
I go off of what's happened so far. I think it's really hard as ever to get a road win. I think there's more teams you might have a shot at on the road this year than maybe other years, but there's still really good basketball teams. Everyone says our league's down. I'm saying there might not be a top 5 team, but I'd say I'll put our 12. If you have a 12-team tournament, I'd put our 12 against anybody else's 12. You can pick whoever you want, and we'll go play. And plus, we don't have the luxury of a night off. In other words, we can't play a team with a bad record in our league, and that's something that is tough on the players. It's tough on every team to know when you walk out in the court, whether you're playing Clemson, whether you're playing here at Florida State. It's going to be a great crowd. It's great basketball because of the competition out there in the court.
Is it fair to say it's still an open race in this league?
Without a doubt. I think we've played, what have we played, 6 now? 7? We played 7. Yeah, so we're not even at the halfway point yet. So when you get up around 10, everybody gets 10, you might have a pretty good picture. But I couldn't tell you who the best teams are in the league right now.
You mentioned Graves' composure. How impressive was that given the onslaught that
I mean, let's face it, Graves, I think sometimes he responds pretty well in those situations. He was telling me about some of the places he played at growing up as a kid on the playgrounds in Venezuela, and he plays with a lot of emotion, and that bothers some people. It definitely does, but I think that's part of what makes him a very good player, is that he uses that to help him be a good player. Now, some people don't like it. I could hear about 10,000 that didn't like it tonight. I mean, that's the way he plays.
Darren, I got here late. I'm not sure if you addressed it, but Derwin Kitchens' play, he didn't have anywhere near that kind of game last night.
He was great. We couldn't stop him. The clock just ran out. That's all. I don't think we ever stopped him. He's really quick and he's strong, so that when he gets like it's like a running back going through a hole. When he gets a half a step, he gets down like this and he just explodes. And we played this league, you play against a lot of good guards, and he gave us as much problems as anyone has.
In a close game at the end where it seemed like Florida State wanted to push the pace, can you talk about the patience you guys showed in just sticking with running the half-court offense?
We just tried to play our game. I mean, we didn't get many fast break opportunities in the second half, but offensively in the half court, I thought we were pretty steady, pretty consistent. We were running a lot of screen and rolls tonight, and sometimes when we do that, we speed up and don't take good shots. But I thought overall we took pretty good shots off those plays tonight.
One or two more? Yes, we're finished.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Gary.